Wir von CampusTV Marburg treffen uns jetzt zusammen im Philips-Magazin im Kapitol, um ein Interview mit Claire Mathon zu führen.
Diese hat nämlich den diesjährigen Marburger Kamerapreis gewonnen. Und das schauen wir uns jetzt an.
More a pleasure to see sometimes beautiful things, or just to imagine that in our life there is beautiful light, there is beautiful contrast.
Hello, Claire Mathon, and welcome in Marburg, and congratulations for receiving this award. And because these 3 days in which you are here is all about movies, I would like to know which was the last movie you've watched.
Good question. Murena. I think it's a Croatian film, the last film I watched.
Yeah. And do you look on the cinematography of other films you've not worked on in particular?
Yes, to be honest, I try to watch many movies, and I need, between each project, I need to see films. I see the images of the others. So yes, and I try to be, I don't know, inspire and to learn with many other. So yes, for example, I liked Batman a lot. For example, in a different type of film, but cinema. But
yeah. The last movie I've watched was Spencer, yesterday evening, obviously, and I noticed that in the movie Spencer there was one really important and dominant color, and that was red. And I also saw that in an interview with the director. What do you think, what meaning does color have in movies, and what meaning does red have in Spencer?
It's a complete question, a complicated question, because of course, yes, we use colors for many types of meanings. So it's but for sure, I think it's one of the most difficult things. I think for me, the question of the color in the film, and to work precisely with color and choose colors and to find the right palettes of each film. I really think there is something about to find, and also to maintain the colors during all the film. So yes, there was a big challenge about colors in Spencer, for example, because we want to. It was a winter film, but we want to do a warm film, more work with the warm part of the film, so not to be cold. not so much. And yes, there is the color is something to distinguish her. For sure, she really has her own way of wearing clothes, but wearing clothes with extravagance and with colors, and she really has her own palette of colors in the film. So
yeah,
and it's and the red, it's many, so you can put many feelings, emotions about color after. But yes, I think we work a lot about we would say a bit desaturate colors finally, and soft images and low contrast images and so on, with less bright blacks and so on.
Yeah.
But also to keep colors, to keep a richness of the colors. The green also were very important for the British part, with all this green, with all these hunting scenes and so on, all the landscapes, and yes, a lot of richness of the colors. It's incredible how beautiful are the colors of the castle, but also of the walls and all of the clothes.
Yeah.
For Diana, for sure, it was something. And yes, and there is something, I don't know, but the red, precisely about the red, it's many things, the red, but it's, I don't know. Yes, I think it's a more prominent color. There is plenty of, because there is also the green dress in the film. There is many different colors she dressed. This pink suit and so on, but
very prominent and bright colors.
Yes, many bright colors. Yes,
the yellow one at the end.
She has the colors, and finally the royal family and so on.
Yeah. And then you maybe have an exact image of Diana, or as exactly as it's possible. So how did you try to portray her in the movie? Which means of cinematography did you use? Yes, I think that's the most finally important thing. It's what is this special portrait, and this is really the gaze of Pablo and the meeting with Kristen Stewart. I think it's really something we find together, we discuss together. Pablo, at the first meeting, discussed a lot about how we can frame her with these very wild lenses, and to be very close to her, and to be, as he said, we have to portray her, but also to be, of course, with her, but inside her, to find something about interiority, and also, yes, to see her in this world, but also to feel the film, the things with her, inside her, and how to work with this, how to be so close that you can breathe with her. And so yes, and we try together with Kristen also how it's possible to frame her, to move with her. There is many handle shots, also Steadicam shots to follow her, but handle shot, and I'm very, very close to her. It's quite. It's impressive and stressful sometimes to be so close to her, but I really, I don't know, breathe with her, live with her, the film, yes. So that was a way, and it was incredible to see how she's always, she's always beautiful even we are so close, because you can imagine that it's not so easy to be so close to someone with very wide lenses. Yeah. You can say it's not the best lens or the best way to portray a woman, but it was a way that, yes, Pablo wants to portray, and was interested by this few days with Diana. Finally, it's more her Diana. It's more the I don't know, the nightmare part of the story. The complexity of the character and so on. So my contribution, my work was more about his point of view on her performance, and how to find the good shots, the good light, the good colors and so on to create his world. So now let's step out of Spencer, but because Diana was a real existing person, obviously, in your real life, how is your surrounding and your environment, maybe other strangers or people, how is all that affected by your job? Because I can imagine that you have a different view or perception on lights and buildings and places. Is it affected by a job?
You mean my personal life?
Yeah.
Yes.
When you're outside your job, when you're not filming, is your perception? Do you maybe see people and think, oh, this would be like a beautiful close-up of her face, would express so many emotions?
Not so much in my life. I try to. That's why also I think it's not so easy to film in my normal life, just to film my daughter or to film my life. I think I don't know. It's not so easy to film, to do shots, even to do photography sometimes. There's the normal one, and I remark that I prefer to photography like notes, but not to begin to do some photo and to begin to frame and so on, because it's the limit of my job. But no, I think I have I don't know. I have of course a sensibility. Exactly the same when I watch movies. Do I look all the time the lights and the frame and the movement of the camera, or do I just watch the film? I don't know. I think it's more I don't know. It's more a pleasure to see sometimes beautiful things, or just to imagine that in our life there is beautiful light, there is beautiful contrast, there is beautiful beautiful colors. It inspires me, or it's my I don't know, my background. But no, I'm not always thinking about. I'm not looking at you as as an actor or as a. No, I try not to. Yes, to be honest, it's too much. Even for the film, when I prepare a film, I try not to always look everything and everyone like it's the film. There is a moment when you begin to emerge in the film that everything is connected and linked with the film you work on. So it's a bit crazy. It's a bit it's very It's a lot to be in the film and to see everything like you are connected with the film, and to find the right the word could begin very center on the film. So no, I try to open. To be honest, I try to open my mind, and there is the life, and there is so many things, and I love to see things I don't know how they do things. It's more about the curiosity. I love, for example, in my life, I love to go to see exhibitions a lot, photography and paintings, and it's something that I don't know. It's not just to work and just to say, oh, I like this, I want to do this, and it's more an open mind. It's more a pleasure to I don't know, to see, to float around images, and also to I don't know, to feed my feeling, but quite the same as reading books and so on, or listening music.
Mm-hmm. So earlier, a few minutes ago, you said something like it's a pleasure to see beautiful, what was it, places or buildings or lights even. Do you have your own definition of beauty? What is beauty for you? Because most of your audience, or the audience of the films you've worked on, especially Portrait of a Lady on Fire and Spencer, but also Petite Maman, which I've watched yesterday, they say that the films look beautiful. What is beauty for you?
I hope the film looks beautiful, so it's more the film than my work and the image. No, I don't know what is. I think the most important thing always, there is not the beauty. I think I don't know exactly what is it. It's very personal, and it could be many things. It could be, I don't know. it's your eyes. I think it's you see the beauty or not. So it's more a question of of gaze, of sensibility, but yes, for me one of the biggest part of my job, of this job, is to really find the I don't know if it's a good or right images for the film, to match with the film, and finally watch the film more than the images. But yes, it's a meeting of something, or it's a way to find the right language, the film. So I'm happy if it's beautiful, because I think it's a way to say that the film is beautiful, or there is some feelings or characters, or one of the beautiful compliments is that the actors receive awards and compliments about their performance, because I think it's also because you film them well and light them well and look them well, that they are so great. Even if, of course, its performance is important, so important, and so yes, it's always a collaboration with mise en scène and performance actors.
It's always a dynamic process.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, and I think that the beauty is here, but I would say the beauty is it's how you watch films.
Yeah.
It's really a question of gaze, I think.
Yeah.
And you create beauty just because you look things, you like things, you love things, you I don't know, you give all your aim, heart, and attention to something, someone. So I don't know, it's part of the beauty. And then it's not when it's not me. Finally, it's people. It's always something you share the film. It's not my film, because I just work on the film, so we share this film to others, and then this is the others. No, we begin to say, I like this, I find it beautiful. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
It's out of me. It's part of it.
Yeah, and so the list of movies you've worked on is very versatile. There are documentaries and short films and feature-length films and so on. Is there anything in your career that you have not tried yet, or you want to achieve or fulfill a dream or something?
I like the idea to do new things, to meet new language, to continue to unknown territories of cinema. No, I like this.
Yeah.
This idea to do things I don't know, and to move differently and to continue to. But I can't imagine what is the unknown, because it's unknown for me. So it's more a question of to be ready to accept to go in another place, or to work with another way of thinking or way of watching. So no, but let's continue this. I'm happy that have this versatile, as you say, very different types of film. Or yes, it's a way to. I always say that after a documentary, I really want to do a long feature film. After a first long feature film, I really want to do a feature film with someone we did 10 films before. And after very big production, I really want to do a very small film with small crew and so on. So I think it's always.
Yeah. And what are you working on right now?
I'm preparing the new film of Pablo Aguero, which is a director for Argentina. And, what can I say? It's difficult to speak about the film. We prepare because I don't know enough about this film, but it's a new, it's a complete. I think everything it's a challenge it's challenging somewhere for me. So this is a film with a lot of scene in a small plane. So and I didn't shoot so much this kind of film. It's an adventure film.
It's a new experience again.
It's a new experience, yes. So I don't know. I try to. I'm preparing. I try to imagine how it. What does it look? And what is this new film? So.
Well, I'm looking forward to it.
I can't say nothing about it.
That's okay. All right. Yeah. Thank you for the interview and answering my questions. And again, congratulations for receiving the award. And I wish you a pleasant stay here in Marburg. And I'm not just looking forward to the next film you've worked on, but also the next movies we are watching here. Thank you.